please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Subdate 230922.4. This weekend I've been ordered to attend a birthday gathering for my father. Effort. There'd better be some whiskey available or I will rage and whip my NPC crew for the suffering I have to endure. Hello everyone, welcome to This Week I'm Exhausted at Twitter, or X. I miss saying twat. I miss it so much it hurts inside. Today we're going to start with this. 20 questions, 20-minute Zoom with Zara Silverman. $620, benefits charity. Tweet, questions, can I see them? And do you plan on doing blackface again? More, can I see them? And can I see them while you're doing blackface? Priorities are quite important here, and I thought I'd start with something light-hearted before we get to the super serial. This was tweeted by Def Noodles. I've never seen the video he tweeted up to this point, but here we have women are doing a TikTok trend testing out the size of their viewer's penis. Would you do this? Now I'll show you part of the video and I'll tell you what happens at the end of it.
5.6. Okay, let's see. That is right here. Let's take this. Yep, that's about right. All right, let's give it a try.
She inserts that. That's not a trend I think anyone would want to get involved with. Could you consider perhaps being less of a skank? Thanks. Next, Popcrave. Ashton Kutcher has resigned as chairman of the board of Thorn, the anti-child sex abuse organization he co-founded in 2009, following backlash over the support letter he wrote for Danny Masterson. I did a lengthy Halls of Injustice on Danny Masterson, and we went through as much of it as we could. I did not have access to the letter, but according to Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, and others from that 70s show that backed him, so basically everyone except for Topher Grace, because Topher Grace has morals, they backed him, Danny Masterson that is, because they wanted to make sure his daughter had a father growing up, something which, unless the appeal goes differently and his sentences become concurrent, it is unlikely she'll ever have in her life, because he was sentenced to 2 15-year sentences consecutively. If it was concurrent, he'd do 15 years, he'd then probably do only about 8, 7.5 at most actually, and then be out on some form of rehabilitation license. Now though, Danny Masterson is fecked because he'll have to serve at least 25 years. In the case of those that sent these letters of support, many have looked to them online and said, how could you do this? How could you back him? I'm not going to be drawn in on the reasoning why, but this is a case of F around and find out. So I saw a tweet from Boblax that led down a small rabbit hole, and I thought we'd go there next. The most annoying Twitter users are the ones that gaslight you into thinking you had a different emotional intent behind a tweet you made. Can't tweet anything on this out without Tardos assuming the worst, LOL. Not everyone is angry when they give a take on this app. You should see some of the vitriol I get when I say I like toast, and my toast is usually quite well blacked. And I have marmalade, or whiskey marmalade, or honey. Oh ma. He did later tweet, this is the convo that prompted me to make my tweet. I'd love to be able to say something without people assuming it's being said because I'm angry. Because Archive's being a dick and you have to archive every individual tweet. Thankfully he hasn't deleted this, so I can just go back to the beginning. Choctopus. I don't understand hate around remakes and remasters. It's an opportunity for games that someone loves to reach new audiences, and I only see it as a win. I do and don't. The GTA Definitive Edition for me was quite nostalgic, I will admit, but the execution of it, not so great, especially when people found that modders had done a better job remastering it years ago. It's almost like a backward step when you look at things like Gollum, and how Gollum looked compared to that of the Lord of the Rings movies. When they based the model on Elmo, it's hardly a surprise. Choctopus retweeted that same tweet though with, "We want new games." Quote, "Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4 are two fantastic games that are no older than 3 to 4 months old. The constant rate at which people need new announcement and games is exhausting." Boblax. Comparing game release dates to game announcements is unfair in my opinion. They're two different things. Tears was announced in 2019, Pikmin 4 was announced in last year's Direct. it's not unreasonable to want new original game announcements for release in 2024 beyond. Rick Pat. Nintendo has 3 directs a year. That together maps out the year. Was this direct supposed to tell you... A game coming out in winter... fuck it, he has written this badly, hasn't he? Or do you just want to wait for the next one because obviously you have nothing to play? Boblacks. I have lots to play. More than ever in recent memory, to be honest. It's just that if Nintendo is going to put on a show for announcements, I expect some big announcements, and those expectations ended up disappointing me. One bad direct doesn't take away from previous game announcements. Rick Pat. Directs are seasonal newsletters that fans overhype to oblivion, which is why Nintendo only announce a day in advance. There will always be bad directs, because it's impossible for a company to produce games that I or you like always. So people are just dramatic as fook. Boblacks. You're right about most directs being overhyped, although the last 2 were legendary, so maybe my standards got out of whack because of that. How is saying a direct is bad dramatic? It's just my opinion, it's not the end of the world. Reply, the direct at least is mid. You know, that interaction was nowhere near as volatile as I was hoping. I wanted more. Can someone call someone a dickhead now, please? It fuels my engines. I'm kidding. To address the Nintendo thing, I actually don't pay attention to their directs at all. I found out recently Arkham Trilogy was coming to the Switch. I was very excited. I'm gonna get it. Because when I'm not on YouTube, when I'm not streaming on Twitch or Kick, I want to play games that don't involve Omega. I want to just play games like I used to. And I always go back to handheld console. I have a Game Boy, Color, Advance, Micro, DS stand, and I have a Switch. I'm very happy with this. I like having those. I did want a Steam Deck, but they're quite pricey. I was thinking about getting a PSP though, because some of the old GTA games are on there. Maybe. We'll see. Next, because I love him so much and he makes me chuckle to no end, we're going to go to a tweet from Bering, which leads us to Copper Cab, one of the internet's oldest, well, not really a lolcow, is he? Bering, at Copper Cab, streaming Skyrim. I'll play the video in a second. Copper Cab's reply. Go F yourself. Full stop. Here's the clip.
Bearing Skyrim, more like Skyrim, Copper? Bang, that's not even a funny joke. Weirdo. Sky Simp is a better joke than that. Got literally simp over my shoulder. I'm not a simp though. My wife put that there to be a smartass for some fucking reason. I'm not a simp, okay? $60,000 on Belle Delphine is not simping. That was across 3 years. $20,000 a month or a year. That's like that's like $1,000 a month. That's really not that much on an artist that you care a lot about. Now get on my fucking case. I'm not a simp, and I'm not playing Skyrim. I'm playing.
What I love about Copper Cab is he is so invested in this character and has been for so long. The thing with him is, he can be the angry ginger all he likes, but I've spoken to the real him off camera, off stream. He sat there eating tacos, explaining certain mannerisms to me. I remember this with somebody else who was called Feminist Flo. In fact, that's how I got to talk to you. This was towards the end of the anti-SJW days. So watching you get really angry is quite delicious. And a testament to your will, really, that you are willing to commit to this for so long.
Yeah.
Hey, love, how are you?
How are you? She came in with pretty curls, now she's coming
Can you
out.
please not talk about when I switch up my hair?
I think it's beautiful.
I know, but like as a black person, to me it feels like a microaggression. I deal with it all the time at work, and you can make that face.
I do the same thing.
I know. I'm just saying, I'm telling you how it makes me feel. Everyone's different, but personally, if you like the hair, oh, pretty hair. You don't have to like clarify that it was different each and every time, because it makes me uncomfortable.
I just like the way you change.
I know this. I'm not looking for any excuses. It's just it makes me uncomfortable.
So that video is doing its rounds. What a fascinating take on being complimented. Some people you can't win with them, and they are always looking for an excuse to be irritated by you because of something about you that they've prejudged you for. In this case, skin color. How quaint. Next, let's talk about some Elon Musk things. Firstly, from Ashley St. Clair, Elon Musk has found himself in a battle and potential $22 billion lawsuit with the ADL. Who is the ADL and then promotional of something else. A video, in fact. I'm not playing it though. The ADL say they fight against hate for good. The thing is, what they determine to be hate is pretty much everything that sits on the more conservative side. There is nothing on the left that is remotely hateful. Ever. No. Elon Musk retweeted this with, no kidding. He also retweeted X News Daily because of something else that sort of fits within this area. X News Daily had tweeted, X is complying with more German requests compared to pre-acquisition when it comes to identifying users in hate speech cases. This has raised concerns among civil liberties advocates due to the strict and broad nature of Germany's hate speech laws. I'm sure many Twitter users have had this where you've had a tweet pulled and you've gotten an email saying, in Germany this tweet, naughty. Yeah. Elon Musk, at the risk of stating the obvious, I don't know what's going on with every part of this platform all the time, but our policy worldwide is to fight for maximum freedom of speech under the law. Anyone working with X-Corp who does not operate according to this principle will be invited to further their career at any one of the other social media companies who sell their soul for $1. Now, some changes have been coming into the game. For example, you can hide your likes. Nate Esparza tweeted, now that you can hide your likes, will you be liking more posts? I've been caught in the past where I was followed for the longest time by, I think, Lauren Chen, but because of who I followed and posts I liked, I lost the follow. That's fair. She announced it but didn't mention my name. I then realised it was me. I thought it was incredibly funny. For someone who started as a, claimed liberal to go super conservative, that, tickled me to no end, quite frankly. Elon Musk, you can now hide your likes, but I recommend keeping them open and just using bookmarks for interesting posts. I, obviously, copy links, archive things. I don't bother. I do like some things though. Shit posts usually. Elon also tweeted out this image. Now, this image got Amber Heard trending again. Bitch ass Bowie, Elon Musk posting Amber Heard in Overwatch cosplay was not what I expected to see today. The original tweet, Dexa2, new Elon Musk biography reports. He asked ex-girlfriend Amber Heard to cosplay Mercy from Overwatch, which is why he replied. To be honest, the cosplay isn't bad, is it? Bowie retweeted this later with, now the voice actress of Mercy has made a statement too, also in cosplay. Moondragon was on her side until she posted her own cosplay. Now you look petty and jealous. I personally don't give a crap. I think most people have lost interest in Amber Heard, no matter how hard people push it. And I will say, you can hate on her for all the crap she did to Johnny Depp, that's fine. But, that's not a bad cosplay. The person in it is still a shit person, but the cosplay's not bad, okay? You can separate the art from the artist. Oh, I've been hit with that as well. When I pointed out I went through my album collection once and found I still had Lost Prophet albums. I buried those things in a hole so deep. Honestly, someone in Australia could dig a couple inches into the ground and find them.
He's just like a man.
You just seem very misogynistic, realistically.
What is misogyny? Why are you using words that you don't even know the definition of?
No, that's not what I meant.
I think she's confused. I think you are misogynistic though.
Well, what does misogynistic mean though? Just so I know what you're calling me.
Okay, so the reason I said it is just, again, based on the
I'm going to refrain from the obvious objectifying comments I can make. Apparently, it's not what you say that makes you a misogynist. It's how you say, apparently. That sounds like an argument used by old couples. Young couples, in fact couples in general. If you don't know what the word means that you intend to use as a rebuttal, and yes, this video was shared by so many people on Twitter, if you don't know the meaning, try and refrain from using it. By doing so, you just cause more confusion, and we don't want you to get all up inside your contrafibularity in your brain, if you got that joke. So next, another video being shared about was Sneeko, being tweeted by FearBuck. Sneeko finally realizes he got himself in a bubble with his red pill content.
What'd you take? Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays should die.
Yeah, merch, preach.
It's when that penny drops and you realize it's quite amusing to me because actions have consequences and many believe themselves free of them at all time. This is proof that that is not the case. That's not to say for a second I disagree or agree, just to be clear. I just find things amusing because I'm a dick. Hi. Next. Phoenix. Military plane missing, accompanying a short video.
Welcome to 2023, where you can just take an F-35 on a joyride.
Replies. I'm trying to take those 35Fs on a joyride. Reply, they are not 35Fs. Reply, not sure what your point is. Retweet, my breast size, dude. Well then. Keemstar. YouTube search is so bad now. The video results are YouTube approved content. It's rarely small content creators in search anymore, just mainstream opinions and content. The site is becoming dead to me. It is why many creators are branching out. It is the same problem with Twitch. which is why many have gone to Kick to try and get ahead of it. I'm on Kick, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, I'm also on Rumble. Not many people here though on YouTube want to go to Rumble, although this video does get auto-uploaded there. Hi Rumble. I'm trying to grow there because I think it's a good idea to be present elsewhere. YouTube, for me at the moment, is doing fine, but I'm aware that I cannot get beyond a certain point, no matter how hard I push. Just because I've got a play button doesn't mean I'm a big creator, by the way. That's just attrition and 7.5 years of genuinely pushing. It was not the easiest. Keemstar is right to feel a bit jaded because many creators can't grow anymore. It is a massive market, and YouTube do gatekeep for what should or should not be acceptable content. It's why so many different types of content are dying off. True crime goes through ebbs and flows, because YouTube every so often will find another way to hammer them. Now to finish, I thought we'd go with something a little light-hearted. Audience participation. You can only pick 3. You have a game room, gym, indoor pool, b-ball court, studio, jacuzzi, pool and bar, slide and ball pit, and a movie theatre. I would go with, and this might seem a bit strange, pool and bar because whiskey, slide and ball pit because you need something to play with after all that fun, and then a movie theatre. Because it turns out I do actually like watching movies. And I also like to shout, "Down in front, you peasants!" That's pretty much it for me. I don't really care about game room because any room's a game room if you have a console in your hand. Gym, I mean, I go to the gym, you know, doesn't matter. Indoor pool, please, I don't swim. Jacuzzi, please. Large expanse of water with bubbles in. If I want that, I'll just go and have someone fart in a puddle. And b-ball court, well, I'm blue, so there's no point. Also, I'm too aggressive, so no. What was the other one? Studio was the other, wasn't it? I just play guitar in my bedroom. There you go. Let me know what you think in the comments, folks. And follow me on Rumble, fascists.